As a FedEx employee, I was wondering if Roth conversions make sense when my portfolio is down.
Potentially. Great question. So the reason it could make sense for a Roth conversion, and I don't know if we mentioned this, but the retirement group uses Charles Schwab as a custodian. So that's where your accounts would be if you should choose to work with us in retirement. We oftentimes advisors will, toward the end of the year, maybe even earlier in the year, talk with our clients about the considerations for a Roth conversion. So that's when you pay the taxes on money that's in your traditional IRA or your 401k, and move a portion of those assets over to a Roth IRA so as to gain tax-free growth for the rest of your life potentially on that money. And typically we only want to do that when you're in a relatively low tax bracket, at least for what we predict you may be in the future. And that could be because your income is going up in the future, which is why you might be in a higher tax bracket, or it could be because tax rates go up in the future, which is something that many people, myself included, are concerned about for our clients in the coming years as a result of the deficits we've been running. So it's going to be a function of what's your tax bracket and projected future tax bracket. That's why oftentimes when people are still working, this is more difficult to make sense versus somebody who had just retired, maybe living off of non-qualified money and have a very low tax bracket. Oftentimes that's a better justification for a Roth conversion. But when the stock market or when assets are low priced in general, we can get away with a cheaper Roth conversion. And I'll give you an example. Let's say we had 10 shares of Berkshire Hathaway stock in an IRA, and that stock was down, let's say 15% on the year. And we have confidence that stock will recover eventually. We don't know when exactly it'll recover, but if we could move even just those shares, we don't have to move cash. We can literally journal shares over from a Schwab traditional IRA to a Schwab Roth IRA. You pay the taxes on the value of that stock when you do the conversion. So that's oftentimes why it's better to do a conversion when the stock market in general is down or when an asset individually is down in price, because all of the recovery is tax-free, all of the growth at the recovery, as well as it's going to be a cheaper conversion. It's going to cost you less taxes to move it, given that it's lower priced when you did the conversion. So it doesn't always make sense, but it's going to be a function of your current tax bracket, our expected future tax bracket, and also the total composition of your assets within your traditional IRA, certainly, maybe even your Roth IRA.